Now and then, a student will turn in an assignment with every single problem wrong. I know they're going to dread correcting it, so I find myself dreading giving it back to them. Sometimes it's not just one assignment, there can be several piled up. Those instances, intervention is needed. Some students, they need someone to sit beside them and show them what went wrong, even walk them through a few problems together. Really, the most important thing is to make sure not to shame the student. Know that everyone makes mistakes, that they're learning opportunities. That slogan alone doesn't change how it feels. There are still cases when instead of accepting help, students will pull elaborate stunts to avoid doing corrections. They'll lose them or fake doing them or just lie about it. Why does that happen? What can we as parents and instructors do about it? I started digging into this because I believe the solution begins with understanding the student's mindset. When a student goes to these great lengths to avoid corrections, it isn't about the workload. It's about how the work makes them feel. For many kids, facing mistakes feels like facing proof that they're not smart. Even though we as adults know that this isn't true, the emotional experience is very real. It feels like a punishment, like the red marks are saying you failed. The easiest way to avoid that sting is to avoid the page altogether. That's why shaming or scolding doesn't work. It only cements this belief to them that mistakes equal failure. What we need to do is help them rewrite that inner story. Here's the truth. Mistakes are invitations to learn about yourself, how your mind works, what your habits are, what trips you up under pressure. When a child approaches corrections this way, something powerful happens. They start spotting patterns. I rush when I'm overconfident. I skip pages when I'm bored. I forget to check signs when I'm tired. Those kinds of observations are pure gold. They show the student isn't just learning math or reading, they're learning how to learn. Here's how to do corrections like a real learning scientist. First, find the mistake. Don't erase right away. Look closely and figure out what happened. Then ask why. What pattern does this reveal about you? Did you rush, guess, misread a direction? Third, erase only what you need. Then fix it cleanly, the smallest amount necessary, so your brain can see the difference between the old thought and the new thought. When you correct in this way, you're not just fixing work, you're training your awareness. You're teaching your brain to slow down and notice patterns and grow wiser. That's the real purpose of corrections. It's not just to fix an answer, it's to decode the message your brain is sending to you. Your mistakes are trying to teach you about you. That's called meta learning, learning how you learn. When you practice it, you're not just getting better at math or reading. You're becoming an expert on yourself. Instead of dreading corrections, let's frame them as detective work, a chance to get curious, not critical. Ask, what can I learn about my thinking here? As instructors and parents, our role is to create that emotional safety. Sit beside a child and model curiosity instead of judgment or criticism. So let's figure out what your brain was thinking when it did this, instead of, you should have known better. When a student feels safe enough to explore their own mind compassionately, real growth begins. Over time, they stop fearing mistakes and they start listening to them. And that shift happens when a student trusts that even their errors are here to help them grow. Learning becomes joyful again. That's when they feel proud, not ashamed. to be a learner.